So honored to have you all with us this evening. Absolutely privileged to host you all. We are in for an absolute treat. So like I said, my name's Ty. I'm based in Auckland, New Zealand. And if you're here for the first time, if you're tuning in on the Fit Life, if you're watching this later, type number 2 in the chat or type replay in the chat over there. But if you're tuning in live with us on Zoom, thank you so much for giving us your time this evening. I promise it is going to be a worthy investment. I heard a wise person say once, before you invest anything in the markets, you need to first invest in yourself. And so this evening, you're investing in yourself. You're showing up and investing in your education by putting your time in where it counts. So welcome everyone from all over the place, all over the world. Tonight is going to be very special. So why are we here? Guys, I believe we've got an incredible opportunity in front of us. For those of you that don't know, you may have read this somewhere, but the rate and the pace of adoption with the crypto world is right now double the rate and pace of what the internet was in the late 90s. So we are in an incredible opportunity. We're still in the first 5% of the world to get into this space. But if you're watching this on the Fit Life, long story short, I launched that group because I want to create an environment where we can, as a community, pursue freedom at the highest level. And when I say freedom, I mean spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, and I believe financial as well. And so drop freedom with the chat if you're passionate about freedom. Next part of the word fit with the Fit Life is I. I is for influence. It also stands for leadership. I believe leadership is influence, and we all have got a role to play in that. Some of us have got leadership in different ways and capacities, but when you start to, know the way and go the way, it's our privilege to then show the way to others. So FIT, F-I-T, T stands for transformation. We're all here to completely transform our lives, guys. There's nothing short about it. And then from there, begin to transform the world. As we step into abundance, it's our privilege to be able to lead others into the same. And so I'm really fired up to be able to help and lead as many people into freedom as I can. And, we've been having an incredible weekend. We got to host someone on Saturday, Greg Greeno, one of our leaders and mentors, who shared some gold with us, guys. He said on there, this one line I'll never forget, which might be for you tonight. Talks about commitment. And he says, until you're fully committed, there is this opportunity or a hesitancy to draw back. But when you're fully committed, all of heaven starts to show up and backs you up. And I believe that right now, as you begin to really commit to your personal growth and your learning journey, you're going to start to see things really start to click into place, especially as we get close to 2023. I preached a word yesterday at church about really just getting serious about our mindset and getting rid of any lies that we're believing. We've got 26 days left in the year. There's plenty of time for you to still make some really significant changes. And just as simple as that, some of us on this call, this might be the first time you're ever hearing about finance or crypto or this whole world. And there might be some subconscious lies that we're believing, like, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know if I can do technology. I don't know if I'm actually capable of stewarding millions. I want to encourage you, start to get really intentional about thinking clearly and pursuing the truth of what I believe God has to say about your future and your finances. And when you start to write those things down, speak those things out, you're going to see your life radically accelerate into the fullest and the most incredible levels of abundance. So I want to stop rambling because we have got some phenomenal people joining us this evening. So guys, before we bring up Mike Sotero this evening, I want to set this up right. We're really privileged to have someone here in the chat as well, who our team knows very well, a man who has poured his life into me and in our team and helped me in such a huge way to really grow. He's believed in me more than I believed in myself in some ways and helped me just accelerate my learning journey in this space. And so this gentleman is leading a team of thousands around the world. He's an incredible individual. He's an entrepreneur. He's a trader. He's an investor. And really for me as well, he's a great friend. And it's a super honor to be able to say that. But he knows Mike personally, and so I thought it'd be real special for Richard Oostra to join us for a minute and for him to introduce Mike Sotero to you guys to set it up the right way. I got to meet Mike Sotero briefly in Arizona in person. I've spent a silly amount of hours on his live education on our platform. But, him and Richard are tight, and I thought it'd be so special for him to join us briefly to set this up. So, guys, drop some 888s in the chat for Mr. Richard Oostra as he takes us away this evening and gets us to the next phase where we are going. Rich, you there? Bro, so good to have you. Thanks for joining us. I know it's crazy late in Panama right now, but, bro, love and appreciate you so much. I want to give you the floor as we transition this evening. Thanks, bro.
Appreciate you too, bro. Amazing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, great.
Loud and clear. All right. Amazing, guys. Well, thank you so much, Ty, man. I appreciate you. And as always, man, you're doing an amazing job. Guys, drop some love in the chat. Drop some value in the chat if you've gotten value from this gentleman who kicked this call off tonight. If you've been learning from him, getting mentorship from him, he's just incredible, man. He's really stepped up in the last couple of months in a massive way. So I just want to give you a huge shout out, Ty, and for everything that you're doing, everything that you've done, man. It's really amazing. And, it's a pleasure to be with you guys. I love these calls. We've been doing some incredible calls here the last couple of months. And, this one is going to be, I believe, something that a lot of you guys are going to look back at and be like, man, that was a call that really unlocked, some things for me and opened up, some things for me in a way where I started to see things differently when it comes to money. Because, the thing with crypto is there's so much information that's out there, right? There's so much stuff on YouTube. There's so much stuff your friends might be talking about. But when it comes to education, when I first found and I first started diving into DCX, one of the people that really, really stood out to me as just someone being extremely transparent, down to earth, very real, and just very honest, what was Mike. And, I got to hear him speak at several events now. I remember seeing the DCX room in Houston. The Houston event was crazy, like 3,000 people, and he was in there at the back of the room. We were having a conversation, and then seeing him speak on stage, and then seeing him speak on the big stages as well, in front of, 5,000-10,000 people. He's the same guy that you get, online as he is on a one-on-one, as he is on stage. He's just a professional, and he's somebody that's put in, so much time in this industry, and so much energy just into making sure that, his research and everything that he's doing on a daily basis to really grow his knowledge, right, and his expertise. He's doing that so he can bring it to the world and to people in a way where people can really win. Because there's a lot of misinformation in this space, and there's a lot of people that, make mistakes, and I was one of those people back in 16, 17. I made mistakes because I just didn't have the right knowledge. I didn't have the right education. So it's a huge relief to have somebody like Mike in your corner, and somebody that you can lean on, but also, just from a perspective of who he is as a person, right? Like, who are you actually going to hear from? He is he's an amazing dude, man. I mean, he's an athlete. He's always in the gym. Played college baseball. He's out in Miami right now. He's been at Art Basel, the big, annual event out there in Miami. He's been out there networking and getting into some pretty powerful rooms, man, and some parties and some events where, he's rubbing shoulders with really the who's who of this space in the NFT world. Just his network, man, and the people that he's talking to and connected to. It's the top of the top. So I'm excited for you guys to hear from him. I really do hope you guys have a pen and paper handy. And if there's still anyone else that you want to invite onto this call, you've still got time to do that. Maybe another minute or two. But guys, Mike is here also at 1:30, 1:40 in the morning. He's been out all day at events, and so I want you guys to, really just go crazy in the chat when he comes on, and just show him your appreciation, because he doesn't have to be here, but he's here because we asked him to be here to share some value, and we're excited, man. So Mike, thank you so much, bro, for being here. We really appreciate your time and just everything you do for the whole company, man. Anytime I've ever asked you to come on and do a call for our teams, you're always like 100% yes, bro. So I appreciate you so much. And thank you so much for being here, guys. Go crazy in the chat, drop some sevens, drop some fire in the chat for Mr. Mike Sotero. Take it away, brother.
Let's go. Ty, Richard, appreciate you guys. Voice is still here. We just got done recording like 6 hours of new content for social media that people will see going into really next year. Richard, if you could throw me co-host, or Ty, and I'll share my screen. And really tonight or this morning, right? It's 1:43 over here. I know it's like on the other side of the world. It's like today's like Monday in Miami, but it's like Thursday in Australia. No, I'm just kidding. But in the past couple of days, I've been hanging out with people who also didn't understand crypto at one point. And I didn't understand crypto about 6, 7 years ago. Okay, awesome, Ty, appreciate you. Until I got educated, right? I got involved in this space. I had a friend on Facebook start posting about Ripple and Litecoin in early 2017. I think I started to accumulate around April, May. Let's just look at April of 2017. ETH was a little bit higher here. So I believe it was like May or something. ETH was around like $80 to $90. Around $90. And I remember vividly seeing Coinbase. The website looked terrible, right? But at the time, it was like the hottest thing since sliced bread. And Coinbase was out. people were talking about Bitcoin, how it's the future of money. Ripple was number 2. Ethereum was really starting to get a lot of traction. And I got introduced to this space kind of by accident, just seeing people on Facebook. And then in the summer of 2017, I met the CEO of this company, right, that I'll share some ideas with you. And then 2 years ago, I became an educator for this company. Now, today, people are probably saying, well, crypto's crashing. And I was with some people last night. They've been in this space, some of them 8, 9, 10, 11 years. And I met a gentleman 2 days ago. He was in Bitcoin when Bitcoin went from like, it was like $1,000 to like a couple hundred, like $100. It like dropped 10x or minus 10x to the downside. And he's like, people are just emotional. They're emotional because they can't zoom out. You know, if you look at 5 years ago at current prices, take a look at Bitcoin. You're still up, almost a 10x on your money. I mean, Ethereum has been, that's just, crazy. So why should you pay attention to crypto? Please write this down. Crypto has outperformed equities, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, you name it. Crypto's outperformed it. Now, some people will say, well, it's pumped and dumped. Isn't that every stock? Isn't that every other? Uneducated people say that, respectfully. Okay, educated people say, okay, well, what's going on in this space? What's innovative? Why should I spend some time and some energy here? And I've been blessed to have educated hundreds of thousands of people now over the past 6 years about this information. And tonight we're going to give you some free information. And really, we're going to start with your email. If you have an email like Gmail, Hotmail, I recommend taking a look at Proton Mail. This is actually email built on the blockchain. And we live in a world where people want to take things from you and me. I'm just being honest. And we live in a world where you'll get a text message saying, hey, your Netflix bill is due. Hey, your your dry cleaning is ready from the store. Whatever. Click this link and they get access to your bank accounts, your iCloud, your cryptocurrency. That's why we never leave our crypto on our phone, especially. Well, Proton Mail is actually email built on the blockchain. And they have a couple cool products here. Obviously, I'm not affiliated with this. I'm just sharing with you what I use. This is like Google Calendar, and this is a VPN. Crypto security is so important. The second thing I'll tell you is Ledger. This is the safest place for your crypto. So if you're new here and you've never known where to start, I encourage people to start understanding security sometimes even before they get into the space, because sometimes people don't get into the space because they're scared. Well, let me educate you. This is what we call a cold storage wallet. Here, you can take your crypto and move it from an exchange. Okay, now this is an important part here. Maybe you've heard about FTX. Maybe you've heard about other exchanges, okay? It's not that crypto is bad. There's bad people in this space. Now, these are all centralized exchanges: Coinbase, KuCoin, Crypto.com. I think this one's in some trouble here, KuCoin, Gemini, right? And these are basically middlemen where you go to the exchange, you make an account, you buy your crypto, and you need to get it off immediately. Now, what we've seen in the crypto space, like companies like FTX, is these companies shouldn't be trading our funds. They shouldn't be trading our money. Now, this is what the banks do every day, right? But the banks have backings and treasuries, and the US has the Fed to bail them out. These exchanges have been getting exposed, which is putting sell pressure on the whole market, which it's okay, because we've been talking about these levels regardless whether this happens or not. This is just the excuse. Write this down. The news is the excuse to push price lower, but it's also the excuse to push price higher. Just like if you're in New Zealand, right? There are earnings reports for the top stock companies. If you are in the United States, right? We have some, on Friday, a couple of days ago, we had unemployment, right? I'm sure New Zealand has that. Well, Australia, every country has unemployment numbers. Those are things that affect the New Zealand dollar. Those are things that affect the Australian dollar, the US dollar. Right now in the United States, we are witnessing, we're having an issue, which is affecting every country on this call. We are seeing inflation at 7.7% next week, okay, on December 13th. US inflation, the numbers will be announced. I believe we are going to see a pullback in inflation. 2023 inflation is going to continue to be a major issue. So what the Fed is doing, so Mike, what is the Fed? Federal Reserve. Okay, go research that. What the Fed is doing to fight inflation is they're increasing our interest rates. So they're making it harder on the average American to buy a house. Credit card, that mortgage. I just bought my car. My lease ended. My lease ends on Thursday, and I have a company that I'm putting 90% of what I owe my car down. But guess what? There's still taxes. There's still certain fees. And they were telling me kind of the interest rate. The interest for that car, I'm not going to say the payment, how much was left. They're trying to charge me 8% interest. I was like, look, I'll just pay off. I'll just put 90% down, and I'll just pay the rest off in a couple years. And I'll just use a little bit of your money to pay this stuff off. Crazy. Like 8.5% for a vehicle, for a car. Same thing's happening with housing and real estate and all that stuff in the United States. So this is affecting what? This is affecting the dollar. Now, if you've been on my sessions, put a number 1 in the chat. If you've been on Go Live with me, because, hey, we've been talking about this fall. We have literally been talking about this drop, how the dollar, I'm looking for 101. I'm looking for this, pretty much this level right here. Now, what this chart is, for if you're new here, very simple. It's called the DXY. And what it means is the strength of US dollar. Now, what we have seen in history is when the dollar goes up. So when the value of the dollar goes up, stocks, crypto, other markets tend to do the opposite. Now, not always, but right now, as the dollar is dropping, crypto's going up. The stock market in the United States is going up. Okay. And then when the dollar is going up, those drop. And then when the dollar's falling, which is what's happening now, we've been talking about these levels, we could see Bitcoin go on a run. Now, I'll break down a few different things throughout tonight's call. We're going to be here for about 3 more hours, so get really, really excited and get some popcorn. Just kidding, we're not going to be here for that long. Okay, so what we're experiencing now, here's what I think is going to happen. Okay, here's what I think is going to happen, and we teach this on our classes, live updates. I want to talk about a certain number that not a lot of people in crypto speak about, and it's all of the money in crypto. Okay, how many? Who knows on this call how much money is in gold? GOLD, right? Gold. What is the market cap of gold? It's about $11 trillion. Okay. You don't got to put it in the chat. It's okay. $11 trillion. Now, guess what? Elon Musk, who's, reviving Twitter at this current moment, he said that there's potentially gold. There's gold on other planets, which if he brings that to the US, or to the world, that would obviously destroy the price of gold, which is $17.97 an ounce right now. But we keep finding more gold. Now with Bitcoin, remember, 21 million coins. The rest of the Bitcoin are really not going to be created for like another 100 years. So I don't think anybody here has a problem. In your lifetime, in my lifetime, guess what? We're going to see around 19 million Bitcoin. 3 to 4 million Bitcoin are lost. You're playing with a game of supply and demand. Not even every millionaire in the world could have a Bitcoin. I think they could have 0.02 or something like that of Bitcoin. So understand the supply and the demand of things. Okay. What this chart shows me, I'll tell it to you real quick. What CoinGecko tells me is there's about a little bit less, but about $900 billion in all of crypto. There's 332 billion in Bitcoin. But I just explained to you that Bitcoin is limited and gold is almost at 12 trillion. If Bitcoin were to get to, let me see if I can find this real quick. If Bitcoin were to get to, let's see. Oh, here it is. if Bitcoin were to get, so watch this, okay? We can actually do this real quick. So let's go compare. Let's compare Bitcoin to gold. If the price of Bitcoin had the same market cap today as gold, one Bitcoin would be at $600,000. We were saying, Mike, that would never happen. They said that as well when Bitcoin was at 500 and it went to $70,000. Okay. Now you have to understand what it's used for. You have to understand countries like Zimbabwe, countries like Argentina, countries like Venezuela. These are nations that their currencies have imploded because of inflation, right? You have 70-80%. I was in Argentina a few years ago. I mean, it was bad. And crypto is being mass adopted. There's mass adoption in those countries because with crypto, you don't have to go to a bank to then go to your friend. If I want to send money to Susan right now, everything is transparent on the blockchain. And if you don't know where to start, guess what? The academies in our company, they teach you the basics. They teach you at DCX where to go, where to start, what you need to download, what verbiage you need to know. So this is really step one, okay? So when I understood this, I said, okay, we've seen this market get to about $3 billion in all of crypto, $3 trillion in all of crypto. Right now, I believe we're going to see the market go for that pump fake. I believe we're going to see crypto over the next couple of months, maybe this month or next, or the next 2-3 months, go for a rally. And you know what emotionally that's going to do? One, make people believe the market is back. Bull market's back. Start buying crypto. Guess what? The same cycle happens again. The same people who bought here and who sold here will buy here, and they'll sell here, and then the real run will begin. Now, you guys are lucky that Richard's my friend. I'm very close with Greg and Melanie, Chairman 50s. And you're lucky I met Ty in Arizona. I'm on the sidelines. I've been buying some NFTs, I'm not going to lie. But I'm on the sidelines of crypto really until the crypto market cap, write this number down, goes under this number. I believe we're going to see a push up. Maybe we get to 948, maybe we get to like 1.2 trillion, and then I think we're going to fall. So don't be surprised over the next few months. Now, here's the best part about our company is tonight when you get started, you get access. Okay, put the word access in the chat box. See, with DCX, we don't got to talk about how much money we made. That does nothing for you, okay? It does nothing. But we have some pretty amazing educators, okay? From Jason Brown, Maurice, two of the biggest NFT holders, right, in the really the world at this point. Sean, Kevin, Curtis Cobain, Corinne, right? Corinne actually is Australian and actually lives in Australia, and she actually teaches 3 times a week for the fast start, for the basics. Right, we have so many women in crypto killing it. We also have Nancy Aguilera, brand new DCX educator, crushing it. So if you want to come into my classes, guess what? I teach 4 times a week live. Now, I don't know the time change exactly, but I'll be live in about 13 hours. I have my session. Okay, so 13 hours, I'll have my session. We're Curtis Cobain at 3 o'clock Eastern. And you guys can see the times for yourself. When you're on your computer, it will adjust the times and all that stuff. Now, here's the best part. Everything's recorded. Okay, we've built courses. I could have sold this course. I'm not even lying to you. I had somebody message me on Instagram a couple months ago before I recorded the course. And I told him the course, was like $5,000. And I was just kidding. And I was like, look, bro, you get started with our platform for a couple $100. Get started today. The first day of my course is starting today. He went and took this 4-day course. And on day number 4 of him being in the company, he's like, bro, if you would have actually charged me $5,000, I would have been okay with it because I got everything that I needed in 4 days. Okay, I didn't have to make the mistakes and lose my crypto and make bad decisions because everything was taught right there on the spot. Get on Go Live with us. Commit to 12 to 18 months. Do what Richard has done. Do what Ty has done. And I can't make any guarantees because we're recording this. Watch where you're at in 2 years. Okay, and I'm going to show you why. Okay. Step number 3 is the most popular. This will be the most popular crypto app in the world in the next 5 years. You can record that and post that on YouTube and Instagram. Okay. Swipe Coin. Download this app to your phone right now. Stop what you're doing. Go to your app store. Go download Swipe Coin. It's a free app. Okay. Pull up the app store. I already have it downloaded. Go get that real quick. Or Google Play Store. Okay. 2 things happen on Swipe Coin. Couple things. One, we send out leveraged ideas. You know how the world gets so scared when the markets go down? I actually get pretty fired up. You know why? Let me use this chart. This is so crazy. Is we have the ability to press sell. So like if Ethereum, for example, goes from $3,500 to $1,000 like it did, this right here is 25,000 pips. 3,500. This might actually be 250,000 pips. It's 2 a.m. in the morning. It's a lot of pips, okay? A lot of points in the market. And as the market is going down or up, we have educators that are looking at the markets. There's 3 of us. Myself, Nick Gomez, who's been trading for 6 years. Richard knows him. Richard knows how he lives. Trading works, okay? And then we have Mr. Danny Pedon, who is a trader out of Spain. One of the top European traders probably in the world, or in that part of the world at this very moment. He is extremely accurate. On the leveraged ideas, there's 3 things that you need when you go into a trade. Write this down. You need the entry. You need to know your risk or your stop loss, and you need to know when to get out. You know why people don't make any money because they watch YouTube videos? Is you have people screaming, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this coin, buy this NFT. And then guess what? Those people are actually being paid to promote coins, which is illegal, and people will go to jail for that, as the regulation does come. And a lot of them have strategies that might work for them, but they're probably not going to work for you. Yeah. We give you this. All the trades are documented. Come in here to the results tab. Our last trade went 200 pips, 250, 850, 450. I mean, this app over the past 4 years, okay, we've been calling out trades, has been over 80%. And I would say there's average of like 4 to 6 trades a week. Some weeks less, some weeks more. Depends on the market, but we got you. Second thing that happens here on Swipe Coin are the exchange ideas. And some of these right now, they're doing pretty good because we are not scared of a bear market. The bear market separates people. This is my 3rd bear market. Okay. 2017. You need a DCX subscription. Yes, you do, Josh. 2017, and then we had the run, and then 2018, 2019, and then we had, the pandemic in 2020. That was really a little bit different, but yeah, 2020, you could say 3 to 4 bear markets, okay? Here's what happens here is we send you exactly what crypto. I'm going to show you one for your portfolios now. So now you have Compound, $38. I called this out between 35 and 31. Compound is a platform where you can lend and borrow crypto. Do your own research, okay? The all-time high for Compound was at almost $1,000 a year ago. $34 was the price the initial investors got in. It's called an ICO price. We're getting in at that same price, okay? If you choose to, of course. Great entry here on Compound. So we're sending you, hey, take a look at this project, go do some research, Stick with us for 4 years. Now, Mike, can you prove it? Let me show you. How many of y'all, what were you guys doing November 8th of 2020? November 8th of 2020, we called out a project at $2 called Uniswap. $2 2 years ago. This is how fast these markets can move. Okay, $2. Right now it's at $6, so you're still in profit. Guys, Uniswap went to $44. 22x on Uniswap. Oh, that's just, you guys got lucky on that call out. Okay, we called out Cardano pretty much on Christmas time of 2020. We called it out at 15 cents. Remember, this is for your portfolio. Yeah. Cardano went to $3. So right now it's still in profit. The whole market's crashing, everything's falling. Okay, please stop following me and please go on with your life, right? You know, you can't convince people to do this. You can't force people to want to learn. You have to be qualified to work with us. I'm just being honest. Cardano went to $3 in 2021. But people want to get rich tomorrow, and that's why they stay broke their whole life. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. In 2013 and 14, I made 6 figures. 2016, so 2013 to 2015. 2016, I made $2,000 in the year. Okay, it was a very rough life, rough year for myself. 2000, and I had friends that thought I was a millionaire and all this successful stuff, but I kept staying persistent, right? 2017, I got started in this company. Yesterday, I bought a mutant ape. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Go research mutant apes. Okay, so Swipecoin is powerful. Now, here's the best part: is we don't just tell you go buy this, go sell that. None of this is financial advice, but we also give you like trade management. I'm so sick of people just saying go buy this now, go sell this now. You have to learn how to manage a trade. You have to learn the psychology of a trade. How do I reduce my risk? Ladies and gentlemen, we give you like access to us, to what we're thinking. So when we call out a trade, we're like walking you through the trade. Hey, the market is in profit. You should probably take your risk and move it to break even. Hey, we're up this percentage. Guess what? You should probably take some profits in the exchange chat. So we're making sure that our students, so this was a trade I called out on Aave, and within a couple days, we hit our entry at $51. This was an exchange idea, okay? We bought Aave at 51. This was like 2 days later, we were up 20% in this position in our portfolio. That's not an income claim. That's just what happened with the idea, okay? So we'll teach you how to move that into another stable coin or take some profit. So that's what we're doing here with Swipecoin, okay? Now, something that we just released is our NFT alpha chat. Put a 1 in the chat box if you want to learn about NFTs. I've been taking for the past year a serious look at the NFT space, and most of it is a joke. Most of it is literally a scam, not real. But you have to understand the technology of NFTs. NFTs gives you ownership. NFTs is what we need for cars and for houses. And in Colombia right now, in the country of Colombia, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Colombia, but Colombia is, third world country. It's a Spanish country. And what Colombia is doing with Ripple is they're putting the land deed. So something that's a big problem in the world, right, is let's say a grandmother doesn't have a will or a trust, right, for her home. Let's say she owns her home. In some countries, if she was living there by herself, somebody could come in and just take that house. Like they just take it, you know what I'm saying? So now in Colombia, through XRP's ledger, there's actually a certificate. This is an NFT, a non-fungible token. It's a one of one. It's specifically for this house. Excited to share that we just put into production the first version of the National Land Registry together with Tierra's agency and the support of Ripple to register the first adjunction resolution to Colombia. Guys, this is blockchain. This is crypto. This is the technology that I got fired up and excited about 6 years ago. And you don't have to scan the barcode, but this is a XRP address right here, okay, that shows ownership of this property. That's pretty cool. Could you imagine logging onto a website? I want you to think, because this is what will happen in 3 to 4 years from now, maybe even sooner. I'm going to say 3 years. Let's say you're in Auckland, right? Hopefully I said that right. Okay, Auckland. And you're like, hey, I want to go get a property near the lake or near the beach. I don't know, or near both, okay? I want to go get a property near this mall. And you go to a website and you see all the NFTs. So let's say you see 100 NFTs. You see a 3D model of that house or that apartment, of that condo, and then you connect your wallet and you buy the property with crypto within seconds. And guess what? The second that you make that transaction, it's what we call, write this down, 2 words, a smart contract. The realtor gets paid, the seller gets paid, the buyer gets the NFT, the buyer gets the contract, and then that person has 30 days to move out. That will happen in this space. Maybe not right now, but that will happen with real estate all around the world. I'm telling you that right now. Why would I go through banks and why would I go through all these different things? Now, if I need to take out a loan, I think banks are going to want to hold people's crypto, and that's a whole nother conversation that I'm not going to do. But there are, I'm giving a lot of alpha on this call at 2 a.m. I don't know if it's because I'm delusional and tired. I've been speaking for like 50 hours this weekend, but there's projects like Aave, which is what I told you about before, that has a max supply of 16 million coins. Okay, Bitcoin has 21 million. This has 16 million. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be bigger than Bitcoin. No. There's tokenomics, and you have to learn about this, and I got some stuff coming to help. Okay, so let's say we went to Aave. Aave allows people to deposit and to withdraw. I don't want to connect my wallet right now. Watch this. You can come in here and you can supply crypto and earn a percentage, earn interest. So I can say, okay, I want to lend my crypto and earn an interest. What's really cool is you could borrow crypto. Now this is why exchanges are getting trouble. But here I'm doing this through a decentralized lending platform. So Aave is not a company per se. Aave is not a Coinbase. Aave is a decentralized. I connect my wallet, it gets locked up in smart contracts, and then I have to have over collateralization or over collateralized assets to borrow. So if I have $100, I can't borrow $100. That makes sense? I can only borrow 70. And if that $100 gets to a certain price, that asset that I gave, I can get what we call liquidated and lose that money. That's what happened with FTX. That's what's happened with all these different companies. Gemini, Earn, Genesis Capital. Okay, take a look at this. This is why you have to be educated. I can't make this more clear. I'm going to break down. How many of you guys have heard about FTX? Put a number 1 in the chat box. Okay, I have a video on my Instagram. If you come in here and you go to this video right here, it's the 3rd post or 6th post. I have a video that breaks it down. But what has happened? Where are we at? What has happened? This is what happened. You have, watch this, okay? You have somebody who borrowed money, okay? You have somebody who borrowed money. Genesis Capital is actually that somebody. Okay, so that person borrowed money, okay? They got more money. Now they're loaning money to somebody else. So now they're loaning money to somebody else who's loaning money to somebody else who's loaning money to somebody else, okay? And they're all taking out loans against this loaned money. And then the domino just falls. The domino just falls. It started with Terra Luna. And this has been going on for a while, but now it's being exposed to the light. One domino falls. because the reserves, okay, so the reserves for some of these exchanges were things like Luna. Luna goes down, the reserve that was funding this scam and this centralized exchange scam, well, now they don't have any more money. Now they're trading customer funds. Now the money that they have to pay back in interest, they can't pay. So what happened here is Genesis Trading Capital, they were basically providing the liquidity for an exchange called Gemini, where customers were getting 8% interest. Do you guys know where you can get guaranteed 8% interest? Because I think that would be a pretty popular product. Hence why it was with Gemini, which is a centralized exchange. Well, guess what? Genesis had money with FTX. They loaned money to FTX. FTX goes down. Genesis is in trouble, which means Gemini is in trouble. This whole game is just some dominoes. And when one domino falls, people get exposed. These are the things, and I'm going to kind of stop there. These are the things that we talk about on our Go Live sessions. So today, tonight, wherever you're at, you got to make a decision. Okay, we're going to give you the tools. We're going to give you the apps, the strategies. We have a strategy right here called the Swipe Coin Scalper. Put a 2 in the chat if you've used this. Okay, there's a team, Richard knows, there's a team in Japan right now. There's like 6, 7, 8,000 customers, like literally out of like in a year. They use this tool at every single event. Guys, if you could follow an arrow, when the arrow is called out, is price, are these candles, are these green and red sticks above the orange line. And if you can read this, Andrew, if you can read this, Lisa, if you can read this, William, break and close above this zone. Guys, the entry was here. Well, Mike, what's your risk? Your risk is here. I will teach you specifically on my sessions how to find the exits. And if you've been on one of my classes before, you know we're getting out that trade right there. And isn't that interesting how the market came right there and then it reversed? So right here, this was a simple, at least a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 risk to reward. Would you risk 2% to catch 8? Well, yeah, I've never made 8% in my entire life in my bank. This market moved that in 9 hours. And there's no guarantees here, of course. There's no promises. But if you can follow 3 rules, I believe you can catch the market dropping. You will catch the market dropping and the market going up. While everybody's scared, I encourage you to get plugged in, okay? Get plugged into DCX tonight. Get plugged into my sessions, the Kurt sessions, and just stay around the campfire. You know, in 2018, I'll share with you one final story, and then I need to go to sleep. It's 2:30 in the morning over here, but I just get excited, so I'm probably not going to be able to go to sleep till like 4, but that's okay. Tomorrow's Monday. We're good. We trade for a living, right? So I had a friend in 2018. He was a platinum 1,000 on my team. So the company was paying him $1,000 a month. He had like 20, 30 customers. And in 2018, I don't know if you guys remember, but Bitcoin was in a bear market. That bear market lasted about 2 years, right? Until really COVID and the pandemic kind of came back around and accelerated everything. And I had a friend who was buying ETH, Ripple. I think Ethereum was his biggest holdings. And every single month he would deposit. So forget all of this. So none of that happened. We were in this market, okay? We were in this boring, downtrending market. We were like in like this season here. And ETH was like, it hit 1,500 and people thought, yo, Richard, ETH is gonna die. There was other coins like EOS, like other coins that were launching and literally saying their marketing slogan is, we're the ETH killer. And some people actually bought into that hype. And some of those coins actually had some of them are still here, but a lot of them are dead. They died, ETH still here. But I had a friend, back to the story, who was like, yo, look, I see it. I'm going to use my residual income and I'm just going to buy ETH every single week. And I think he never even got to like P2. I think he's like still a P1000. I'm not going to lie. And he was just buying this consolidation. He was buying for almost 2 years. I don't remember the exact number of ETH he had, but when ETH got to like $2,000, he sold everything and was able to like pay for a wedding, do a bunch of like just stuff for his family, get to a nicer place. Moral of the story is this: while everybody was scared for a couple years, some went on offense. Some understood the power of residual income. Look how boring this was. This was the bear market. Was anybody here for this? 2018. I mean, literally, you could make more money at working at McDonald's in this period of time. And the crypto self-esteem was very, very low. Like, people were like, yes, go crypto, but oh my God, I might be homeless next month. And then there were some people that really believed. So look at this. This was December of 18. Now we're going into December of 19. Nothing's happening. And ETH is just ranging between $100 and $200. And then, COVID happens. That last push to $88. And then watch what happens going into 2021. Like, would you sacrifice a couple months, like maybe a couple years of your life to learn, to invest into yourself, and then watch how fast this market moves? This is now September of 2020, October of 2020, and this is when the party started. December, Christmas time of 2020. Look at that candle. This was the all-time high on ETH. You know, I know some of us were like, we can't wait for that moment again. Stay patient, my friends, okay? The market comes back to the all-time high, and people are like, sell, 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 it's going to die. Watch it how fast we get to 2,000 and above. I mean, this is like a couple weeks. And then it just, we went to $5,000 for Ethereum, okay? My friend was buying the dip. Now, I gave you what I believe we're going to see before this next market rally will start. I don't think we're there yet. You'll know through Swipecoin. You'll know on our sessions. And most importantly, you'll have a community that Ty is building, that we're building, that Richard's building, to make sure that Gemma is building, to make sure you are you're here in the long run. So Ty, I'm going to pass it back to you, bro. I appreciate you, and hope everybody has a great rest of your morning in New Zealand. Bye, guys.
Bro, thank you so much, man. Guys, drop some love and appreciation in the chat for Mike. It is super late, man. Thank you so much. You dropped so much gold for us there. And yeah, man, so appreciate everything that you do for us on Go Live. I'm on there. I was on there yesterday, catching up with your session as well, going through what you shared with us tonight in more detail. Guys, someone invited you here. Whoever got you here can help you get plugged in. If you want more information, we got it for you. This I can tell you is that getting plugged into DCX was one of the best things I ever did. I signed up on the 23rd of June last year, and almost 18 months into my life has never been the same. And yeah, they're just constantly bringing more value, like being able to tune into Mike on an almost daily basis throughout the week and have access to Swipecoin is incredible. And so for the last couple of months, they've actually been running the price discounted to get enrolled. Tomorrow, the 6th of December, on US time, so we might have till the end of tomorrow. It's discounted for about 25%, so it's going up. But guys, you can get started here for a couple $100 US and get plugged in, have access to Swipecoin, start building your portfolio the right way, start learning how to leverage trade the right way, and get access to things like the Swipecoin scalper. There's a whole lot more behind there as well. What you saw tonight was the tip of the iceberg, but yeah, there's a lot. And so anyone who helped you get here tonight, they can help you get plugged in. I've already had some people ask me during this session how they can get started. So guys, I want to say a huge thank you for tuning in live on here on Zoom with us, and likewise on Facebook. If you're watching the replay, again, just either hit me up personally or whatever brought you to the Fit Life. But otherwise, want to say a massive thank you for coming to hang out this evening. And before I forget, let me do this. you know, for those of us who are doing this on on the inside together, you know, we do this together. We trade together, we run Zooms together, we run extra trainings together. So tomorrow night, Michael Jacobson and myself will be doing a training. Tuesday nights we do this where we take everything a little bit deeper. You know, Michael Jacobson's been trading for 20 plus years in the markets. He was the vice president of education for another trading university. And so he got wind of what the academy was doing and decided to move over here, which is pretty massive for someone who's been in the industry for 20 years. And he has deposited so much value to our squad. You know, he's in a messenger chat with us as well. And we do things together online. So tomorrow night, Tuesday night, if you want to get plugged in, get started and see exactly how to actually get practical with all of this with Swipecoin, DCX and crypto, how to set up your charts, how to get plugged in, how to take advantage of right now, which is a bear market, which will not last forever, then yeah, get back to whoever brought you here and we'll help you get started, guys. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Monday night. I'm going to kill the stream so I can start some music. So bye-bye Facebook. We'll catch you soon. Because as soon as I play a song, Facebook's going to delete me. But there we go. I'm pretty sure that's done. But guys, thank you so much for coming and hang out with us this evening. Absolutely love and appreciate all of you. And it'll be an absolute honor to run with you in this space. So looking forward to seeing you on the inside. You know,